Hello, and welcome back to session 101 of our Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign. How's everyone doing?
You killed my best friend. That's how I'm doing.
Yeah. We weren't going to talk about that, Zach. Legal reasons. Yeah, and I'll do it again. So yeah, welcome back. Everyone doing good? Ready to get going?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so let's just get straight into it then. So last we left off, you had just returned back from the gloom, where at last you had defeated Narsamel, the ruler and the tyrant of the gloom, after a battle for the future of Adna. In the fight, you were joined by Tybalt Kaidos, the assassin in yellow, who, after the last year or so of gaining enough strength to take on the Wardens, was approached by you all, and then consequently offered his support in the fight. In order to defeat the Wardens, to end the curse of the gloom, and to rid the world of the curse, effectively, that Fandarin put on the elves. After the fight, where it was revealed that Narsamel had been keeping Nyx's body alive in order to kind of have a catalyst to siphon the gloom through it, Queen Vanya was raised back from the dead after Nyx re-entered her old body, after her spirit form entered her physical form. And after the Wardens were destroyed, the gloom could no longer support itself anymore, and Queen Vanya, Nyx, your friend, passed along with it, and the world returned to how it was before. So after seeing the gloom dissipate, the world returned back to its normal self, and Adna finally returned back to the world of Erd, dawned by the rising of the sun in the horizon. You went on a process of sort of getting your bearings. As the sky ships were trailing their way across the sky, and you were looking down at the vast forests and mountains of Adana, the ships were picking up the refugees and immortal elves who suddenly found themselves stranded in a completely different world. But of course, I guess it was a period of change, of strangeness for a lot of them, and the orcs and the gnomes were doing the best they could, but obviously the ships aren't enough. So, first order of business, Morna comes to you, sort of on the journey as the sky ships are circling around the skies of Adana, is to say, my responsibility is to the trespasser. It is important and pertinent that we get ourselves to the Divine Gate as soon as possible so we can resurrect her. I understand if you have other business, but I will need the weapon to do so. You can come with me, or you can lend it to me. We have enough skyships for you to go your separate ways. If someone wants to go to Lenora, or you want to go somewhere else, or you want to go to Port Edgeron, we can send you there. But I will, at the very least, need to requisition this ship particularly.
I need to get to Calrius. I don't know about the rest of you. I can go on my own if it's preferred.
Well, you have all done a great service to this world, and it would be remiss for me to ask your services anymore. Me and Roxanne, and when I find a tilestone, Scrimshaw will be perfectly able to bring the trespasser back. So your services aren't necessarily needed. And if you want the weapon afterwards, we will just drop it off to you. We have no qualms about keeping it, as long as it does not fall into the wrong hands. We are representatives from Orthaid. The goings on in Adana is none of our business, and the weapon was found here, of course. So it is your choice. You feel free to tag along if you wish, but if you have more important business, I understand that too. And Calcifer, you see Alira kind of like in the door, kind of giving you a look like she really wants to just go to solid ground and spend the night in a bed rather than like a kind of like half hammock sort of thing. I think you did, but either way, she will need both. You also notice as you hand over the weapon, your armor kind of clinks and jingles a little bit, and as you sort of bring your pauldrons across your chest plate, like a large chunk of the metal kind of crumbles off, almost as if it's made out of like foam. Suddenly having lost all tensile sort of strength or material strength. So it's happened then, Mona says. Shadesteel is no more.
Better or worse?
The elves will not like that.
I can't remember. Was Kydus's rapier Shadesteel?
No, it was actually a gift that was given to him by Naruto. It is a weapon that is not Shadesteel.
Right, okay. So I'm good.
That's why Kydus used it in that battle, because he wouldn't have used a Shadesteel sword in the battle because of the assassin in yellow. Yeah, the sword is in there, looming. Obviously, there seems to be a kind of like aura of psychic power that kind of comes off it. It seems like a powerful weapon. But as I kind of look at it, Morna kind of gives you a side eye and says, "These ancient blades, whether they have beings in them or not, they have a draw. Any spirit can find a home in it, and sometimes you would not like the spirits that do. I'd be careful with such a weapon." I would recommend that you give it some time for any lingering traces of whatever this astral being to leave. And then, if you wish to examine its properties, take your time. Don't invite anything in, so to speak. Indeed. Well, you see Roxanne sort of come up and say, "Mora, it's time to get going." And she kind of nods over to you and says, "All right, well, we have another ship waiting for you. This one is led by Sax. There's another ship led by an orc captain. We have set up a bridge for you to cross if you do not wish to come with us. But thank you so much for your services. Is there anywhere that you wish us to drop this off? Is there an address or a home place that we can re-meet up again?" Oh, yes, I remember you talking about this. Can you just mark it on my map, just so we can have a general idea of where to find you? Okay, so you sort of just draw a circle.
It's got a smiley face.
Well, if you well, I hope you come up with a name for it soon, she says. And she says, and she sort of gives you a bow and says, "Thank you, all of you, truly."
Yep.
Yeah. So you hastily cross over on the bridge, where a gruff, orcish captain sort of gives you a bow and introduces himself and his crew, and says to you, "So, where are we headed off to then?"
Oh, I need to get this ring off first before I go anywhere.
Yes, your friend Kulakan. He's down in the mess hall, the sort of room.
I'm going to go straight there. Let's get this over with.
Very well. So Henning, you make your way down where you see Kazenki and Kulakan kind of bonding over a game of what seems to be chess or something. And Kazenki stands up and says, "Ah, it's the thief."
I
And,
found it. I didn't steal it.
It's all right. I asked you to go there anyway.
Exactly.
Master, will you do the bidding of chopping the finger off?
Whoa. Whoa. I was hoping we could remove this a little more subtly.
Kulakan laughs and says, he's always been one for drama. All right. So, he like walks over to you and just runs his finger across the bottom and then like unclasps what seems to be a completely invisible sort of clasp that's on the bottom of the ring that you hadn't noticed before until he just like thingied it, and the ring sort of expands maybe 2 sizes and just sort of falls off into his hand.
Oh, ooh, that feels actually worse, but I suppose that's to be expected.
You might get some, let's say, withdrawals for the next couple of days. I wouldn't do any heavy lifting. Your bones will be very weak, and we wouldn't want you to break anything.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll bear that in mind.
Yes, bed rest and a lot of milk is what I say.
Milk. Right. Okay, well,
Someone told me it's good for bones.
thank you for helping, for taking it off. Didn't really fancy becoming, well, you.
Indeed.
But,
he slips the ring on and fastens it to him. And almost in the span of like a minute, you see that he goes from a very old-looking elf to maybe just a bit older than Kazenki. Like maybe it seems like he's kind of in his mid-30s in human years. Stands up a bit taller, sort of cracks his back. Oh, I hate being old.
wow.
Well,
It's certainly something.
indeed. When you get to my age, you do anything to get your youth back.
I'll remember that. Bear that in mind.
So, where is my new lab going to be? Considering my entire world just got destroyed.
Well,
I was
we
thinking
are.
about, yes, some sort of compensation for your damage.
Well, don't view it as compensation, more of an investment. We are planning on creating our own city. And you are
Your
more
own
than
city?
welcome to. Yes. And you are more than welcome to set up shop there.
Hmm.
We
Well,
haven't
I'll be able
actually
to
come
do
up with a
whatever
name
I want.
yet, though. I don't suppose you've got any suggestions.
Yes, Kulakan's Crib is a perfect name, I think.
Well, you see, I was
My-
thinking more Henning's World, but I'm not sure the others will take to that.
What about
Sounds like a theme park.
Cooler Hen? Or
Have you got any
He-
suggestions not themed around your own name?
Henlacan? Well, that's what you suggested.
Yeah, but
Yeah, Kulakan's Cool Crib. Wait,
No.
oh no.
Oh.
No. We'll get cancelled. They'll cancel
What,
the
a
whole
fair
show.
metal?
They'll cancel. They'll cancel the whole show. We can't do it.
He says, well, I think the purview of city building is more for the city builders. I am in the realm of interesting things building, so I'll leave that to you. But of course, I will be happy to set up shop, provided that the tax is low.
Well, moderately low. Probably lower than most places.
Well, I was working under Queen Vanya, and we had no tax. So
Well, I don't know the whole logistics thing. We haven't really talked about it.
Negative tax.
yeah, negative. You just pay everyone to live in the city.
But anyway,
this is
we will send for you once the city is ready for you to set up in.
Very well. Now, leave us be. We've got a game to finish. Me and my apprentice. I'm not your apprentice anymore, or ex-master. I'm a free serf to Lady Hanira. All right, so you leave, you leave Kulakan to their game. Return back where you see the orc captain sort of in conversation with us. So I really must press you. This uses a lot of Tal energy to just hover here. It might as well go in a certain direction, whether it's east, north, south, west. I mean, we'll drop you off somewhere, but just let us know. Maybe have a talk with your mates.
Okay.
So, where do
What
the
have we
rest
got
of you
left
need
to
to
do? What have we got to do?
Be nice. That would be good. Yeah. And after that, what's our plan? I don't care which order it gets done in, whether I get dropped off or you guys take us to the city and I pop on the way back, but I do need to get to Calarius. Whether you want to come with, whether you don't, up to you.
Why are you going to Calarius?
They got Duranda Ignis imprisoned, or at least they did before we left. I need to ask him some questions.
There's also the matter of, well, releasing Van's sword. Probably get around to that at some point.
Yeah. There's also maybe figuring out to do what the other imprisoned thing.
I don't follow.
I mean, the cosmic friend.
The god kid.
Oh, right. Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Our godson, let's call him.
I really don't think we need to worry about that. We could just not, you know?
Well,
just not think about it.
Yeah, just don't think about it.
Vance
think-
did. Now, Vance has, caused us issues in the past and has lied to us in the past. But he did very heavily recommend not letting them out of that.
I think we should listen.
So, my thoughts are... I don't know if what's in there is an adult or a baby. I don't know if it's somewhere in between that. If it's a baby, it would be kind of fucked up to just leave it imprisoned.
Yeah, but
in
I don't
there.
want to raise a baby.
I'm also not sure which is scarier, to be honest.
I don't either. But I think at the very least, we should all make an agreement that if we ever are ever to release it, we should all be present to vote on whether we should.
Sure.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
fear one of us may go on our own, open it for a bit of a laugh, and unleash catastrophe.
Yeah, I think
Why are you all looking at me?
I think Calcifer should keep hold of it.
I agree.
That's a very reasonable, I think, idea. Yeah, I think if anyone is least willing to open it until then, it would be Calcifer. I would probably be eaten by guilt to the point where I just open it so that I don't feel it anymore.
Well,
So yeah, Calcifer.
yeah.
Guess maybe first order of business is building somewhere secure to put it. Can't just be carrying this thing. This point actually is like stick it in a vault somewhere, even safer than just keeping it on me. I don't know.
I hear sticking that sort of thing in vaults can be troublesome, so maybe
Yeah.
we don't do that.
Yeah, we did get all of our wealth by sneaking into arguably one of the most secure vaults ever.
Hmm.
But we did do it really, really well.
We didn't do it really, really well, but it could just take a group of five morons with special powers to come in and unleash the God King.
Yeah. Though to be fair, 5 morons with special powers could also just come beat me up and take it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we'll be there to help kill the morons trying to beat you up.
I
No, we won't.
think maybe the Azira could help with that. We're very good at illusions and creating ways to hide things.
I say, you sail out to the deepest bit of the ocean you can find and you just toss it in.
Hmm.
That's very permanent.
That is very permanent.
Well, exactly. If we don't want it opened permanently, then that's a good way of stopping it being open.
I wouldn't say we don't want it open permanently. We might want to, assess what will actually happen before taking anyone's specific word on it.
Especially
you
if,
do that?
maybe new information comes to light and we find out, oh, actually, releasing
It
this
would be
is the
very
only
beneficial.
thing. Maybe releasing this is the only thing that can stop some kind of Armageddon. Then maybe we'd feel a bit stupid if we threw away that only chance.
We'll have to get our deep sea diving gear on.
I think a vault obscured by illusion with a bajillion guns sounds like a good idea.
I think
And a wizard.
We can make. I think with some time we can make something a bit more elaborate. Maybe some dummies, some
But we weren't released yet.
pocket dimensions within pocket dimensions.
Yeah. I'm just bringing up illusions because we managed to hide the burrow from the elves for God knows how long.
Yeah. Have some.
So-
are you familiar with the concept of multi-factor authentication? Where you
What's a factor? No, I'm kidding. It's fine.
You need multiple things, so you might need a key. You need also like a fingerprint, a password. Need a bunch of different things in order to get to it.
That sounds secure. Yeah.
I'll have a think.
In Zach's mind, it's like the first thing that popped into my head. I know it's not entirely what was being said, but it's like how you have to turn 2 keys for like nuclear stuff.
Yeah, that is kind of multi-factor authentication.
Yeah.
So not really though. It's 2 of the same thing. Generally, it's 2 different things.
Yeah, but I guess coming up with an idea wouldn't be bad. But Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we'll
got
do-
where I need to be. I don't know what the rest of you want to do.
Yeah, figure something out. I mean, we've got a little bit of business to sort out before we go. Need to make sure things are on their way in the city. Need to speak to Sax, see if he can see what we can work out. Wasn't able to get that Dragonfire infused mithril for Lorandon, but I don't know if we can still poach him or if we still need him. We've got these other guys now, and they're pretty talented. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe they could work together. I don't know, like combine gnomish invention with elven intelligence. Maybe they would create a fusion of ideas that would prove revolutionary.
Yeah. Different fields.
Different fields, sure, but it can create like I don't know, like a combined idea.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Different, put them, have them be in charge of different fields.
Yeah.
Either way, get those deals sorted out, and then I think Alira and I are gonna be back off to Eshmelin.
Ashmelin, you're not gonna stay in our city?
Well, I mean, we might be back,
Hmm.
but I got my kids to pick up.
Oh yeah, those kids that you left with your parents,
My brother.
your brother. So, are your children half orcs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Well,
Very modern.
Yeah, you're a full orc, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say quarter orc. But
No.
you are
Quark.
Orcs.
quarks. That sounds like a slur.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
you
gonna say, that's
bloody-
actually a very,
You
that's actually
bloody
very
cork.
offensive. That's a very offensive sound. I don't know why you're saying that.
You have to be Eshmali to understand.
I do like the idea of someone's a half halfling, they're a quarterling,
Yeah.
even though they'd be taller. So maybe
Would it be
like
a three-quarter
three quarterling, yeah, maybe.
They're just short. Short humans.
Just a short man.
Not even that short. Like,
That's what happened to me.
yeah. Not even like fantasy short, just like 5'1", 5'2".
Danny DeVito.
Oh my god. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, what's the first place you want to head to?
I can be dropped off, but it depends on which direction we're going, I guess. Which way's which?
Well, we're in downtime now, so we can just.
Okay. Well, I could either be dropped off or I could be teleported later on. I don't really care which way we go first.
Yeah, I'd quite like to go to Irina and see my family and catch up with what happened in the war and stuff, but I won't spend ages there. And then make my way to the new city.
Okay. Well, you have to give the directions to the captain because he's going to be dropping you off. So.
Cool. Can he drop me in Irina?
Does everyone want to go to Irina, or do you want to be dropped off in Lenora and you make your way to Irina?
Yeah, Lenora's fine.
Oh, I don't think I should go there.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, we're not really sure what.
I'm not entirely sure how welcome
Yeah.
you're gonna be there. My bad, but you know.
Yeah, I was
All right,
actually
well, I'm
quite-
leaving this in your hands to organize the logistics of this. But I'm not
Maybe
gonna-
I go to our city first, and then you guys can all go to it. I think that would be better.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
works.
So you all want to go to your new city first, do you, and then sort of organize it from there?
Yeah,
So,
sure.
Yeah, that works.
Did you say Sax
We
is
only
aboard
choose
this
one
one?
place.
No, the Sax was aboard Mourner's one. This
Okay,
isn't-
I'd want to speak to Sax before we leave then.
Can we only choose one place?
Well, you
Doesn't
could be
nec-
dropped off along the way, but like you just have to let him know
Okay.
what path you want to take, and because then I can work out how long it'll be.
Okay, I would like to get dropped off in Lenora, and then everyone else I think wants to get dropped off in the new city.
I can go to Calrius from there, I think. Where is Calrius again?
Down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I be dropped in Calrius on the way to the city then?
Yeah. Yeah. So, the skyship can go 60 miles a day. So, at like cruising speed. So 60 miles a day. So like a day and a half to get to Lenora, and then kind of 5 days to Kelris, and then kind of like 4 days to your new city. So that's 10 days in total. All right. So the ship begins to potter off. Is there anything you want to do along the way? The crew on this ship is kind of a skeleton crew, really. Like they're not literally skeletons, but they are.
They can be.
I
It depends
did-
on how
I
your
do
magic
want
is.
to speak to Sax before we go, but I don't necessarily have to
Okay.
roleplay that. It's just see
What
if
do,
he'll
what do you want to say to him?
basically just to see if he will, if he wants to set up shop in the new city and help us develop. Like
Okay, he tells you
transport
that his mind is on other things at the moment, but they are planning on returning the weapon and stuff back to your city anyway, so that he'll have a chance to speak to you then when he gets there.
Cool.
It sort of brushes you off a little bit, but makes you suspect that he's probably waiting to see what the infrastructure in the city's like before he commits to anything.
or...
So,
yeah, just
all right. So
commit to a meeting to discuss, not necessarily sign the contract now.
all right. So after a day of travel, provided that people don't want to do anything else on the journey,
Sam's just gonna
jump-
sulk, I think.
so catch up on some sleep. The skyship circles around the walls of the Emerald City. You see all of the a whole bunch of elves as you sort of begin to go into the central plaza by the palace of the Padrin. Sort of come out of their houses and wave their flags in the sky and sort of celebrate the fact that the sun has returned. The skyship sort of hovers there and throws a rope down as you sort of begin to go down the ladder, Hanira. Is it just you that's being dropped off here?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to say anything to your mates before you go?
Oh, I'll meet you in the city, in our city, in maybe a month's time.
Works.
All right.
I'm just gonna spend some quality time finding out what's been happening.
Yeah. See you there. I mean, you might. I mean, yeah, there's every chance you'll beat us there, right?
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
All right. So as you, Hanira, are sort of let out of the skyship, and you watch as the engines throttle up, and the skyship begins to make its leave. A number of the palace guards come out, flanked by Prince Holthisius, who bows and says, "Lady Hanira, you have returned.
I have returned.
I assume the success of your adventure was evident."
Yes, I worked hard to bring the sun back. Me and my adventuring friends did this.
Indeed. Well, for
I-
that
I'm-
we
you
thank
can't-
you.
You can't see me, but I'm gesturing at the sun.
You hear someone in the crowd, just a bystander, say, "Hurrah for Lady Hanira Trisver, the hero of Adana!"
Brilliant.
And you sort of hear them cheering. Prince Orthisius says to you, if there is anything that the Padrin and the Crown can do for you, please let it be known.
Yes, of course. For now, I would like to reconvene with my sisters and mother, hopefully.
Of course, we will make a caravan available straight away, in order to transport you in safety.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.
If there is anything that you require whilst you're here, please do not hesitate to give me a message. All right.
Yeah, I'd quite like to buy some spell scrolls. But
That can be arranged.
Wonderful.
Lady Silver Shadow will be available for you. All right. So as you sort of begin to make yourself ready to go on the journey, you notice that a lot of the elves in the city are struggling with hunger, the effects of the war, sort of general fatigue. A lot of the guards, now that the Shadesteel business has happened, a lot of the guards that otherwise would be wearing Shadesteel armor or carrying Shadesteel weapons seem to be just making do with whatever they can find until some good weapons are produced for them.
Yeah. Is there anything I can do with my hex weave to help feed people?
Yes, of course. If you want to spend sort of your time before you head off doing that, you're welcome to.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, feeding the.
But I wanna make it really obvious that it's me who's doing it, so everyone likes
Yes.
me.
Yes. Yeah. You seem to be well loved amongst the community, and you also hear a lot of rumors that sort of stories have been told about you as some savior.
Good.
I'm back. Sorry, my
If
laptop.
you wanna, that's okay. If you want to like listen, like find out any rumors or anything, you can do that as well.
Yeah?
There is a downtime action for that, isn't there? So cool. Is it gossip? Yeah, gossip. If you can make a normal, hard, or very hard diplomacy check, depending on how many rumors you want.
There's a downtime activity called Influence Rumor.
Oh, that's starting a rumor.
I don't need to start any rumors because I've done the amazing thing. I'll make like a medium or check, I guess.
All right, make a diplomacy check.
42.
42.
Mhm.
Okay, so you hear a couple of big rumors. The first one is that there seems to be a growing number of supporters of Henning as the rightful Padrin. And they seem to be treated currently by the Emperor as heretics to the religion.
Okay.
They're kind of underground at the moment. They seem to be mostly in the Undercity, amongst the poorest and most sort of desperate denizens of the city. But yeah, you hear that from a couple of people when you're feeding them, sort of who ask you questions such as like, "Is it true that the prophet has returned?" and all this stuff. Do you want to help say yes or no to that so the rumor gets worse or better?
Say yes.
I-
Say yes.
I'm gonna leave it for now.
You just refuse to comment.
Yeah.
I cannot.
I can never confirm nor deny these.
Yeah. The politician's answer. Okay. And another rumor is that the Padrin has been increasingly more and more cruel to the various poor factions in the city, to the point where he was recently got in a bit of trouble and had to backtrack a little bit because he had unwittingly in a speech blamed the poor denizens of the city for almost losing the siege. Saying that they hadn't been doing their duty. So a lot of them are starting to be extremely suspicious or like not necessarily treat him with the same reverence as they once did the previous Padrin. They think he's being puppeted, especially by Prince Holthisius, who they don't really like either.
Okay.
But they really like you and they listen to what you have to say. So if there's anything you want to say to that particularly.
No. I'm just gonna, not just me, but like my mother and sisters and stuff, I'm gonna try and keep them in the good books of everyone.
Okay. By any chance, do you report these rumors to Prince Holthisius?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Just write that down. All right. Okay, so after the next day of travel, the rest of you have made your way kind of partly towards the city of Kelrius. Is there anything you want to do on the skyship?
I can't get into the game. I need kicking
Oh,
because everything crashed.
okay.
But it closed my browser and I can't get back in.
I have kicked you. Thanks. Yeah. Anything anyone wants to do on the ship?
Not particularly.
No.
All right. So Henira, the caravan is ready, and a number of guards have been allotted to lead you to Irina. The journey will be about 5 days.
Okay.
All right. They have given you a large royal procession, probably about 100 royal guards
Great.
on your journey. Along with you, there is a couple of diplomats that are planning on going to Irina anyway, and they're just hitching a lift. But they are not going to be part of your caravan. They're just going to be like just trailing along around it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you begin to head off there. I might actually just put you on the map here, just so we know where. Next day. All right. After a long journey over the next few days, you see in the distance the mountain, the golden-capped mountain of Kelrius, off the shore, off the side of your skyship. The grand palace of the city. What do you want to do?
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but that's where I'm headed. I also still can't get in. My name's still grayed out.
Yeah, that's okay. It's just it's only for visuals. We're not probably
Alright,
fire
okay.
anyone's.
All right.
I guess make sure to find Snag and Snot.
I'll do it after I've got what needs to be done sorted.
Right.
All right. So what did you want? What did you want to do? Let me know.
So as far as Cyan's aware, Holthisius was sending letters to try and make sure Duranda was still in captivity for when I got back.
Mhm.
So Cyan's just going to make sure that's still in place so that he can see if he can
Okay, so
wrangle something out
go.
of it.
You're gonna go see the merchant prince, Taranels.
Yeah, he loves me. It's gonna go great.
Okay, so after you make your way, is anyone else going with you, or are the rest of you staying on the skyship? Are you going to spend a day in Kelrius, or what's the deal? Henning and Castle.
There is actually something I'd like to do, but it's whether the party will let Henning do it.
What is it?
Do
He'd
it.
like to study the Elder Box, not open it, study it.
I think under
Under
supervision.
supervision. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can watch me. I'm not going to open it. I pinky promise. And he holds out his pinky.
Yeah, I guess you could have done that on the journey over.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a. What do you want to do? A crafting or Arcana check?
I think Arcana, because he's probably going to try and use his magic to try and with it
Yeah, maybe
in some way.
you handle the Arcana, or I handle the crafting side. Do it together.
Sure.
And I handle
roll-
the
roll
the
Arcana.
encouragement.
Do we do? Okay, just
29.
You can both.
Oh,
Natural 20 even.
49.
well, we know the crafting bit.
All right, Henning. So as you are examining it with your knowledge of magic, there is a interesting aura that comes off this elder box. You haven't seen an elder box before, as oh no, you might have in the when you went back in time for a bit, just briefly. But what you notice from then, as well as from now, is that the magic that comes off it is a sort of combination of all the schools of magic in one. There's just like this sort of just sheer power that just seems to be contained within it. And you notice with like detect magic that there's certain weak points and strong points along it where the magic kind of leaks out a little bit. Just only a tiny trickle. But you get the idea that there's something seriously powerful within it. And, you know, just popping the cap off will just be enough to just release it all out effectively.
I suppose while he's looking, he's trying to hear if he can hear what's inside, if they're calling out or anything.
Yeah, you can't hear anything coming from within there. Whatever's in there seems to be in some sort of stasis. But whatever is in there is more powerful than probably anything that you've come across so far. As for the crafting bit, Calcifer, there, as you look at it and examine it, obviously there is the one side which has the large clasp on there that you flick up to just open the box entirely. But as you notice the other side, there's kind of like a ring, like a couple of bands around the edge of it that seem to like move, and they have glyphs all along them, almost like a cipher. So there's maybe 5 bands on the kind of like bottom side of it that all move, and as you move them very carefully, the individual glyphs begin to sort of glow slightly before fading out, and almost as if like there's some code to it. The actual box, like there's a mechanism or contraption that seems to keep it locked unless this cipher is broken. So it may be another layer of security just to stop it being opened by accident. So
Okay.
there is 18 glyphs on each band, and there's 5 bands.
So in theory, that's 18, 5 18-letter passwords. Or
No, not 18 letters. It's 18.
or 18.
18 5 letters.
Oh,
Well, it's 5. It's
right.
18.
Oh, sorry, 18.
Yeah.
Like 18, basically like a 5-letter password with 18 digits, 18 possible
Yes.
things in each one.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So that's.
But the letters are in Celestial, kind of like old Celestial.
Would be nice if you had someone who could read Celestial.
Well, there's about 1.9 million combinations to this thing, so brute forcing it would take quite a while.
Yeah, so it seems to be kind of maybe part of the design just to stop someone willy-nilly just opening it. But as for what the code could be, or the password, or whatever you have, currently no clue. There doesn't seem to be any other like writing on there other than.
Yeah, try Clive. He does not try any passwords. He is not trying to open it.
I swear to God, if you open it and it is just Clive that pops out, I'm going to cry.
All right. So, did you want to leave the skyship and go to the palace together, or did you just want to let Cyan do that?
I mean, we can all go together.
I got the impression Cyan wanted to go do his thing by himself.
Oh, you don't want your buddies there? Fine.
Cyan would rather do this alone, I think.
I
Fine,
got
I'll
the
just-
distinct impression by the fact that he wasn't mentioning what he wanted to go do, that it was something that people might not approve of, and they might want to keep plausible deniability that they didn't know what he's gone to do.
Hey, if it's an assassination, I'm all down.
Yeah, and I'll be down for that as well.
You're not there.
Down
I
to
know.
Not to see your
murder.
mum.
And Aaron just gets
So-
a sudden disturbance in the force.
And that's happening.
Alright, well,
Me.
the captain says that he doesn't mind kind of just like harboring the skyship just for a day or so if you want to just get what you want done there, and then you can get back on the ship. But he can leave you there if you want as well, so that's not a big deal.
I don't know how long I'll be around, so I might just catch a boat back. / find an alternative way back.
Okay, well, it's down to the rest of you whether you want to wait for him or not.
We could have a look around Kelrius together. Whilst doing that.
Pop down for lunch.
Yeah, let's go get lunch.
Alright,
We haven't
I
had
was-
a nice sit-down tavern lunch in ages.
I mean, I was actually just gonna go get lunch with Alira.
But oh, okay, I'll get lunch by myself. That's okay.
Aw.
Oh, buddy.
I could have 2 lunches.
That's okay. I've got
Look,
Vance here.
I'm a big guy. I can have 2 lunches if you really want.
That's okay. Vance will keep me company. Sure.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Vance doesn't really eat, but
All right. See you later then.
you know, he's kind of aggressive. Oh, bye.
Cyan, you make your way to the Grand Palace of Kelrius, where the last time you were here, you were run out of the city. But for having gone against Darrenel's orders. But this time you are returning, I guess slightly incognito. That a lot of the guards don't recognize you, and like maybe the word's gone around a bit that you came on a skyship.
I mean, I believe the impression was Theseus was sending letters ahead to kind of give warning that I would want to deal with something related to Ignis.
This was a fair while back though.
Yeah.
But after speaking to a guard about your business, they kind of like questioningly look at each other and decide to lead you into the court where you can speak to the merchant prince. And you see Taranel's dressed in a oversized kind of velvet coat with a large feathered cap in his hair, like sitting cross-legged with a cane, like a bejeweled cane at his side, eyeing you as a guard kind of walks up to him and sort of explains what's going on. He says, yes, the enemy of the elf. Well, Cyan, welcome back. I've heard many deeds that you have committed since your crimes here, but do not worry, I have forgiven you.
Thank you, Merchant Prince. Cyan says, a little bit perturbed by the sudden just forgiveness of taking a dragon from someone. I'm, as was mentioned, I am here to discuss the fate of Duranda Ignis with you. If you still hold him prisoner, that is.
Indeed, we may talk about the fate, but first I would like to hear the fate of the dragon, which you stole from me.
The dragon is free. It retains its sentience. It lives with the Azir. It has its own dealings. It desired an end to Daeron Kaidas. I believe if you engaged it in conversation, it may not be particularly fond of its prior situation.
Well, all this time I have had the key to its downfall, so it has remained well clear of our shipping lanes, and thus I do not have any quarrel with it. That being said, it almost led to the end of this city. As you understand, your quarry, Duranda Ignis, was captured, attempting to take this city from our very hands. So I ask you this. What dealings would mean that a lowly born Azira has more priority over the captain of an invading army than the merchant prince of the land he is trying to invade?
Well, my lord, if there is one thing
My
I know
prince.
about my prince, I apologize. If there's one thing I understand, is that merchant comes before the prince, and therefore you care more so for profit and what you would gain from such a thing.
Indeed. And do you not think the House of Ignis has already offered me plenty to gain? As the now, I assume, richest house in Adana, now that Kaidos has fallen?
Wealth and land are secondary to intelligence, my prince. They may hold vast amounts of gold, they may have power over Adenira and the most powerful navy that the Sidon have. However, my people, as I'm sure you are aware, can resemble anyone at any time. We can study their movements, the way their faces move when they talk, and within a matter of moments, assume their identity. So, my people can aid you. I'm building some form of gathering. I can also, if so desired, hand you a better hold on Adenira.
So you deign to offer your spying services to me.
Not only that, if it's your will, I can bring you Adenira.
He smiles. Make a diplomacy check.
I can't get in.
Oh, I'll do it.
Oh, wait, it's loading. I'm in now.
Okay.
I am going to use a legend point.
Okay.
Okay. 54.
So yeah, he smiles a kind of half-cocked, crooked smile, revealing a kind of almost grimace, so to speak, showing his teeth. He sort of stands up and taps his cane on the floor and says, "As much as that is an impressive offer, and I would be certainly willing to use yours and your people's skills, unfortunately, the rules of politics have led you too late in your dealings with the young Ignis Prince. I had to make a deal with his father. As my hostage, they vowed to never invade again. And my realm became, during the Gloom Crisis, which has now abated itself, probably, I am hearing something to do with your dealings. Unfortunately, our people could not stand a siege and the horrors that lay from the gloom. So, unfortunately, your quarry is back in Adenir.
Already.
Safe and sound.
I believe that you had him still.
Unfortunately, he left the last boat just 2 days ago.
Very well.
Unfortunately, as much as I would like to hire your services, I do not have anything to offer you. I hear that you are forming a city of your own, one that is in a prime trading location, and one that is probably going to be an equal competitor to mine. So, we will soon be equals. So if you wish to offer your services, perhaps your fealty, I will gladly take it. But I presume that you would rather make an equal arrangement, for which I am willing to make dealings.
I am not the sole leader of my city. If there was to be an agreement made, it would be with them.
It's very gracious of you to hold your power back. But do you not think that your allies in this business are also dealing with the machinations of power which now lie before them? Do you not think that each of them wish to have the sole power of a merchant prince under their stead?
Some of them, maybe, but they like to... I've often been called many things in my time. Naive. I have issues. I'm just happier with what I've got.
Well, let me make you an offer to sweeten the deal. How about this? I support your claim as sole ruler of this city that you're building, and I will support you in your dealings with House Ignis. You support me in the on the western seaboard. I will support you in the central seaboard. All you have to do is take your rightful claim yourself. Do you not have a people willing to support you and back you up?
Goodbye, my prince. And Cyan leaves.
As you're sort of making your way down the stone steps, you hear him shouting behind you, "I will be here if you change your mind." And as the doors sort of slam behind you.
Cyan's gonna try and find the others.
Calcifer, as you're sat sort of alongside Alira, in some sort of fancy restaurant somewhere, she says, she's sort of like just digging into just a massive plate of ribs and says, "Oh my god, the food is so good. It's been so long."
Yeah, it's nice.
Eating that like weird ship food, like crackers, and then being like dead before that. Oh my, like being back in Ishmael.
Yeah. Sorry, speaking of, do you remember being dead?
Well, like I said before, it's sort of like a dream. I was kind of floating. I couldn't tell how long time had passed. And then, I heard your voice, and then I was back. It was all a blur. I don't really like thinking about it, to be honest.
I still don't know why that happened. It's like
I was thinking about this as well. I mean, how many millions of people were inside that?
Exactly.
Everyone's got people they've lost. Why was it me that was in there? Or that could come out?
Maybe it was the trespasser. And before heading out to do this, the trespasser said that if we fix the old Soulgate situation, that you'd be returned to me.
Don't you think that's a bit... I don't know, you don't really believe in all that old Sildanath stuff, do you? I mean, the trespasser people are crazy. Like, I know you were friends with Morna, but...
Well, I mean, I did sort of speak directly to the trespasser.
You spoke to her, or you spoke through Morna?
How did that go? Did
I
we
think
speak
she
directly?
there was like vibrations and some water, if I remember correctly.
There was some like water vibrating and stuff. It was very um I mean,
Well,
in my memory I
Cass,
was talking to them, but
yeah, Calcifer. I mean, remember back in Eshmalen, there's the local mage college. That's like day one stuff that those students learn, how to like make water do funny things. Do you think that she could have just been bullshitting you?
I mean maybe, but like
She would have said anything to get you on board with helping her out. I mean, I didn't want to say anything when she was around, but like I don't think she's harmful. I just think she's wrong.
what, you think she's actively making it up or just
No, it's just a
wrong?
cult. I mean, like we don't believe in the trespasser. We don't follow that. We believe in the pentasta.
I'm not sure.
Whatever is in the afterlife is the purview of the gods and gods alone, not some fairy that basically just sort of, I don't know. Anyway, you know my opinions on this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think this one fit is depends what we mean, really. Like, it's about belief. It's one thing to just think something exists. It's another to worship it. And
Yeah.
with where we've been, with the things we've seen, I think there's a lot of stuff out there. Maybe not all of it's worthy of worship, but
Right, but Neruzatar was the freaking god of death for a while. I mean, were people worshipping him? I hope not.
no.
Maybe a 1,000 years' time they would have. But yeah,
I mean,
I
ultimately,
don't know.
something helped you get back to me, and I'm glad it did. But
I'm glad too.
I don't know. Like, it just seems like it's the most likely fit, being the old, person in charge of souls going back and forth or whatever, and I don't know. Either way,
Listen,
you're back.
This stuff is over. This stuff's over now. I'm back. We're gonna live a long and happy life. We're gonna live happily ever after. Everything's gonna be fine. We'll meet up with the kids.
Yeah.
Maybe we live in Eshmalen. Maybe we live in Adana. It doesn't matter as long as I'm with you.
Yeah.
And
Speaking of which, the old, you getting splattered. You're the one that got killed, right?
right.
Do you want to find who did it, or do you just want to get out of there?
Well, honestly, I'm nervous about going back to Eshmalen. I know that you can protect me, but
I just feel like if we
honestly,
live
once
there,
we have the kids back, it might be better to just start a new life. I mean, what have we got in Eshmalen, really? I mean,
yeah, I mean,
our
they'll have friends at
parents are
school,
pretty
right?
much gone, and like we could have a life of our previous dream. We used to live in a shack, Calcifer, compared to what we're going to be living in now.
Yeah.
You basically got a skyship butler flying you around. I mean, that stuff was like fantasy world. Back in
Yeah, I
that
mean,
stuff just didn't happen. I mean, it's impossible.
yeah, we could basically just pick whatever kind of life we want right now. Like, I mean, I don't want to necessarily retire, but I mean, it's gonna.
Like when I used to see the Eshmali merchants coming back and sort of doing their trade and going off, claiming that Adana was the place to be and all this stuff. I used to think they were a bit crazy, but now that I'm here, now that I see the life and the sky and the weather and the bustling nature of the city, I mean, this is much better than living in the Golden Cities. Like those places are old and filled with ancient rituals and creepy kind of like ancient aristocratic families. And if you're not part of a big family, you can't do anything. You don't have any rights.
Sounds
Maybe
like
we should make some sort of convent here and just, set up a shrine to Sikadan and just be happy.
sounds like it's decided then. Head there, grab kids, say goodbye to and thanks to Doriani, and head on back.
Could always invite them. I mean, if they want to move, they can move.
Sure, yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be space in this. I'm excited to see this big city.
Yeah, same here. I mean,
How much money did you say that you had invested in this city?
I think between a lot of us, like, what was it, 5 million, something like that?
Gosh, that's a lot of gold.
Yeah. Still got
You're
plenty
gonna have to tell me
left,
about how you got this, how you robbed this bank, by the way.
Oh yeah, it went
We're
surprising.
gonna have to pray. We're gonna have to pray to Sigadan for forgiveness about this, because I don't think this is in the holy book.
I mean, I don't know. Probably seems fine, right?
Man, we just pay a priest, right? That's how they do it. You just pay a priest. Just like you steal some money, you pay the priest, and it's all fine.
I mean, I do like some divine magic and stuff. Am I a priest now?
Well, this is Adana, Calcifer. The Tempest brand have no influence here. The old Pentasta sort of religious fanatics don't have any sway here. We can run whatever kind of worship we want. I'm not one of those people that says, "Oh, you got to do it in this old way because some old man told you to do it." Just do it how you wish.
Yeah. Don't know. I just never really thought about it, to be honest. Got the, I mean, pretty sure Sikadan's sending some kind of magic through me, but never really thought of myself as that kind of guy,
Henning, are you just like following them around trying to not be seen? You're lonely.
You just look out the window and you see him staring.
Standing in the rain.
When you see him on the other side of the eating room.
He's got a mustache on.
Vance is like playing a violin, like a really sad tune.
He's just gone for a walk around the city to try and find himself some food.
You're by the docks, Henning. There is a bunch of like fresh fish, oyster stalls. Some like fat merchant sort of shouts over to you. Ah, yes, you look like the perfect connoisseur of my oysters. Have an oyster. It's for your house. On the house.
Oh, thank you.
Fresh.
I will try.
Freshly picked. Yes, only a week. Only a week old.
Only a week. Oh, okay. Well.
Under the sun.
Well, bottoms up, and he just throws the oyster back in his.
Yes, they are fermented oysters. Do you like the taste?
He immediately just spits it out. Fermented?
Yes, they are very good. How do you say it in your language? Arousal foods. Yes.
Arousal food?
Let's get to the brothel quickly.
That tastes disgusting.
You're not going to be able to put it down for 2 years.
That's not a good thing. That's not good.
I sell pills for that as well. He opens up his coat and there's just like loads of like tincture. Yes, one's to get it up, one's to get it down.
I don't want any of it. I'm quite happy with it down. Okay,
well, that will be 6 gold, please.
No.
Very well. The brothel is that way.
Henning just walks off.
Right, Vance is like,
That
what
shop's
the
in
hell is that
Kempford.
guy? He's like, so you want to get something to eat as well?
Sorry, who's this talking to me now?
Vance.
Oh, Vance. Yes. Let's
We've
go
got
get
to
some...
talk.
Very well. I'll find a tavern that's not too busy, I suppose.
All right, you make your way into the sort of nearest one, which is a kind of like dock workers kind of tavern. Kind of a bit rough, maybe, but they seem to be selling some sort of hearty stews and soups and roast bored.
Very
Sort of
small.
sitting down, kind of paying the bartender just for whatever. He says, "Okay, so I understand that you want to go all over the place, but we are going to go to Freemy, right?"
Yes, you heard me. I said we need to get around to you as well.
No, that's fine. I'm just wondering when fits into the plan.
It'll be in the plan. I'm sure when we all get to our city, we can all have a sit down and chat, and we can plot where we're going to go.
Okay, that's fine. Another thing, just so you're not going to open that box, are you? I mean, I know you were talking about it before, but and looking at it,
Oh,
and that's the first step usually that people have before they actually try and open it, right?
well, no, I was just studying it. It's good to understand what we got on us.
Yeah.
Elsa
yeah,
was doing
no.
the same thing. I was just having a look.
I know, but I trust Calcifer more than I trust you.
Well, that's understandable. I also
Mm.
trust Calcifer more than I trust you.
Well, fair enough. I am not corporeal, so I can't open the box. So
No, and likewise, you couldn't stop me.
no, I
Good one. I'm funny, aren't I?
yes. I am a bit nervous about that. I can't trust you. So
Look, I even said on the ship that we shouldn't open. Do you not remember hearing that?
yes.
I said it to everybody. Actually, for once, I was thinking about listening and not opening the Elder.
You were thinking about listening.
No, I said that we weren't going to open.
Okay.
Weren't gonna.
Yes. All right. That's fine. That's no problem.
I don't know. I had a perfect opportunity there whilst examining it to open it. So if I really wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
you're
Great,
really
well-
nervous about this box, aren't you?
Yes. I mean, the gloom is gone, and pretty much everything is done, and so I'm just a bit nervous about getting my body back, I guess.
Oh.
It has been what 15,000 years.
That's quite a long time to go without a body.
Yes, I've been trapped in a sword for 15,000 years.
No.
Well,
that's
like maybe 30 years I wasn't, and then now I'm trapped in a sword again. So
well, there's worse things to be trapped in. Could be trapped in a
yes.
bucket.
Yes, I could be. I guess I was just a bit nervous about you suggested throwing the thing overboard.
Well, what would be wrong
thinking-
with that? If you don't want it
Well,
open,
no, I was just thinking more that if you decided to get rid of me, you would just throw me overboard. And then
oh well. I mean, I
bottom of
could,
the
couldn't
ocean.
I?
Yes, and I'm suspicious that you're now thinking about doing that.
I mean, you're putting the ideas in my head. It's kind of your own fault.
Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
I mean, there's no reason to get rid of you currently. I mean, this sword's pretty.
Yeah, well, I would hope that there's more reasons than just because the sword is nice.
Well,
Because, if you, for example, came across a better sword.
well, maybe we should go down to the market. Maybe there is a better sword.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I'll tell everyone that you've been stealing. That's what I'll do.
Well, I mean, they all know I've probably been stealing, so.
Right. Well,
But,
eat your.
but
Dude.
just out of curiosity, so when I free you, you get your body back.
Well, yes. I hope so. Well, the curse with the gloom has gone. Like the last influences of Fandaran are kind of leaving. I'm not sure what we're going to find in Barandon, but I know that that's where I need to go. So, hoping that.
I mean, where Barandon is? How far is it from?
It's like here.
Oh, quite far away then.
Actually, kind of close to where you appeared back after we came back. from the gloom.
Well, you should have said something. We could have gone there.
Yeah, I know. I should have, but I didn't. And I am now kicking myself.
Yes, because now you're further away from getting your back.
It's fine. I trust you.
You just said you didn't trust me.
I don't trust
Which
you.
is it? You seem very nervous.
I don't want to talk about
Right.
it. And he just disappears into the sun.
Anyway, he's gonna chow down on his boar burger that he ordered.
All right.
Order.
So returning back to the boat at the end of the day, as the sort of sun starts to go back in, you meet back up on the ship.
Cyan is looking quite substantially pissed. He is not amused.
Ignis gone.
Ignis is fucking gone.
Oh.
Bastard's basically accepted a deal from the Ignis army. Can't even blame him for it. That's what pisses me off the most.
What are you going to do? Are you going to go after him?
Well, that's kind of why I wanted to talk with the both of you.
Okay, but I also have things I need to do.
I'm saying you should leave me.
We should leave you.
I'm unsure. What I need to do, I don't need to drag you all into it, and it can cause so many problems. I'm done with causing problems for people by accident, so I'm giving you an out. I need to find out what happened to my mother and the rest of my people, and Duranda Ignis isn't going to give me that information, so I need to find other means of doing so. Whether that means finding someone else in Adenira, I don't know, but I do see the end of my road as gutting that man.
Well, it's understandable. I have to say, I really do need to get this guy out the sword. Like, preferably quite fairly soon. He's getting quite tetchy.
So I'd suggest you leave me here. Deliver a letter, and Cyan will produce a letter he written earlier. Deliver this to my father. It will explain everything. And yeah. If you need to go off and do your own thing, sure, but
Well,
I don't want to interrupt, so...
what are you... Is Calcifer back?
Yeah, customers.
Okay.
End of it.
What are your plans, Calcifer? You going?
Yeah, see how the new city's going, then pop on over to Ashmillan. Get kids, come back.
That is almost like a departure.
Only temporary, unless I die.
Well, there's that. I could very well die. I have no idea what I'm walking in Miranda. This could very much be a trap. I don't know.
Maybe if you wait a bit, Hanera will go with you.
That's true. I don't know what Hanera's up to, but maybe when she's done, she'd want to come.
All right, let's have a break here then, yeah, and we'll come back in 15 minutes.
Sounds good.
Drinky.
All right, break time.
See you in a bit, cooler kids.
Hello, welcome back. So just before the break, the party were split a little bit. 3 people in Kelrius and Hanera in the city of, just arriving in the city of Arena. So, Hanera, as you crest the hill over to your home city, you see the domed green roofs of the elven Trisfair capital. The Aurelia Woods in the distance, looming on the hillsides where you used to play. The kind of long rolling hills and fields, as well as the river, which you crossed over, with the like crystal clear water in the distance. The caravan sort of marches very slowly up to the city walls before you're let in and are quickly sent towards the palace, your childhood home, where your mother, as well as a number of family members, are waiting for you. You're welcomed in, hugged, sort of introduced to a number of people that maybe have joined along the way, and eventually you find yourself sat across the dinner table from your mother, who, looking down at a piece of quite bland food that she's never been one for like exorbitant luxury, she looks up at you and says, Hanera, it is so good to see you back.
It's good to see you as well.
She's looking a bit more frail than she was maybe the last time you saw her, but she's still got the kind of the Rodran strength in her. Her eyes burning with a kind of like a kind of fire of revenge, knowing that what you did to House Kaida. After sort of explaining the story of the gloom and everything that happened, she says, "So, my darling, why have you come back? Are you willing to settle down once more?"
I came back for a number of reasons. One, just a friendly visit to see you and maybe check in with the sisters. And also, I wanted to know what happened in the war. And I wanted just some details. Nothing nothing especially, detailed.
Well, the war technically is still ongoing. There are currently negotiations, which I am hesitant to sign to. But with our forces controlling the whole of House Kaida's lands, except for that blasted city Kadara, House Kaidas's influence is no more in this world. That foul creature Marish, a spawn of Dayron, he is sitting pretty in his castle, knowing that we are unable to send an army to take him off his throne. But it will not be long before that monster is dealt with.
Oh, good. He is a monster. Also, I met your brother.
Oh.
Yes. Turns out he was doing some very terrible work which took out the whole sun.
Oh, I thought that brother.
Yeah, the brother that you didn't tell us about.
I'm sorry. Are you talking about Narsimel?
Yes.
I was under the assumption he died long before you were born, Anera.
Ah. Well, he's dead now.
He was He was a lot older than the rest of us. He had spent his life in the clergy when we were growing up, and I didn't get to see him much. But when in Silithon, when the volcano started to erupt, we were warned by him long in advance to leave. And he said he would come and find us, but when we started getting refugees and people from the fall of that place, and the island had disappeared below the ocean, we just assumed he had gone with it. Didn't realize that he was part of all this.
Yes, he was the orchestrator. He tried to get me to join him, but I said no.
Well, it wouldn't make you much of a Trisfair if you had listened. Well, I knew that when you were born that you would do great things in Era. I knew that you would be able to overcome a lot of the prejudices and the challenges that people like us deal with in this land.
Indeed.
I always figured it would be by the side of some oafish and useless prince or something, but you managed to do it yourself, so that's good.
Yeah.
What's this about a city that you're founding?
We are trying to found a city in Odrana. It says we're hoping it's going to be a hub of activity.
Are you not concerned about the Rodrans?
No.
No?
I'll negotiate with them. Hopefully they'll see my my Rodran side and listen to me.
Well, you as you are half Trisfair, you are also half Natas. So hopefully being on Rodrana does you some good.
Yes.
And it puts a bit of sensibility into that place. I know that you've been with the humans for a long time, but remember, you are still an elf.
Indeed. Speaking of elves, I wonder what about Cecilia? I noticed she's not around.
Oh, she is around. She's just been busy in her studies.
Okay, I'll go and find her later then.
Yeah, she should be somewhere in the gardens. I think she likes to read at the moment.
And also, I have some concerns about. Is there anyone else in the room?
It's just you two at the moment.
Okay, about the patron. The people don't like him.
She raises an eyebrow.
I don't want to speak ill of him, obviously, but I'm concerned that him being so young might be an issue.
You think it's the first time the people have not liked the Padron?
But there's rumors about one of my adventuring party being the true patron.
So the rumor is true.
I've heard of this nonsense. It's been following. These like believers have been coming to my lands as well.
What have they been saying?
That your companion stood up to the Padrin and performed a miracle in front of hundreds, to the extent where his entire royal guard, the Padrin's entire royal guard, refused to carry out his orders.
He did do that. I was there. I saw it.
Right, and as the Padrin is saying, it is a trick of the light or some sort of mass hysteria. There's nothing to it.
Okay,
The
well,
Padrin the prophet has been dead, and it has no prophecies around him returning, especially around these times. Not until Adonai is long and truly gone.
okay.
Anyway, I would refuse to listen to the common rabble and their superstitions. If we listened to them every time they came up with something, we would have all jumped off a big cliff sometime, or decided to see whether we can breathe at the bottom of the ocean. They would do anything to get rid of us. You have to understand that.
This is very true.
Anyway, Yes, you should spend some time here. I think the sun, now that it has returned, and the fresh air will do you some good.
Yes,
And
I will take a walk around the grounds and see if I can find Cecilia.
all right. Well, if you need anything, just give me a call, okay? I now that this war is starting to ramp down, I'm looking forward to another long period of peace, hopefully.
Hopefully, of course.
Oh, another thing. I have a letter from the Padron, well, from Prince Holthisia. It was sent along with the caravan. It is about forming a council specifically involving the elven claim to this so-called city that you've begun to make. There are currently factions within the Padron's fold which wish to bring it into elven control, but I'm of the position that the elves should remain neutral in this, especially as elven ventures into Rodrana have failed, really, up to this point.
Yes, the city's supposed to be a free city for everyone. So, not
Indeed. Well, the concern is that some are saying that it might constitute a breach of the original treaty that they made with the humans, that the humans could not just give the land out to someone. So there are certainly some elves which would very much like to bring it back into the fold. I'm just warning you. After all this period of war, I don't think they have the ability to do such a thing. But the elves have been known to be rash in their decision making before,
okay.
so I'd just be aware of that.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I will remember this.
All right. Well, I need some time to retire before I get some sleep. But yes, feel free to ask for me if you need anything. Okay.
Will do.
All right, darling. She
Good night.
sort of goes off and retires. You're gonna go find Cecilia out in the garden.
Yeah.
Cecilia's your older sister, isn't she?
Yeah, Cecilia and Alora are twins.
Yeah. Right. So going out into the older garden, you see your sister Cecilia sat with her hair kind of braided into a sort of single, like long braid, which runs down her shoulder. Wearing a kind of like quite plain silk dress, fashioned with kind of almost Rodran style, like leafy patterns. Reading a big book on the histories of Adana and the Padron. As you sort of like sneak up behind her, and she sort of looks over her shoulder and jumps up in surprise. Oh my goodness, Inira!
Hello.
She gives you a big hug.
Oh. I hug her back.
You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm just visiting.
Well, you're not you're not staying.
I'm not staying, but I'm gonna stay for a few weeks.
We were all so worried about you. You just kind of disappeared on us.
Well, I told Mother where I was going.
Yes, but you know what she's like. She doesn't really explain anything very well. She said you were fine. Every time I asked, she said you were fine. I don't think she really knew.
That's true. How are you?
Good, good. I'm all right. I have been keeping myself busy with crotcheting and reading and kind of sitting around the garden and
Crotcheting.
yeah, it's a skill I learned from some of the peasants. Past through.
Oh my god.
Do you mean crocheting?
No, we call it crotcheting in.
Huh. I never heard it. I suppose crocheting's more like Faranese, isn't it?
Yeah.
Only making underwear.
Yes, I made 3 G strings just today.
Sorry.
Oh my.
Oh.
At the very least, still no crazy men on the horizon.
That's good. I'm glad you're staying away from them.
Yes, well, after hearing about Alora's troubles,
Yeah, have you seen her?
she's been passing through here. She's back at Kaya now with the baby.
Yeah.
She's doing well. I saw her maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, she had a bit of a time of it.
Yes, that awful man. I can't believe they even tried to play that mess, dealing with the House Kaidas. Did they not realize what would happen to them?
Mm. Yeah, stupid.
It's the one thing that was tearing House Trisfair apart, our dealings with House Kaidas, and finally we had the perfect excuse to get rid of them. Now House Trisfair is the most powerful house in the entire Vedana. How about that?
Oh, I didn't know that. I haven't really been keeping up.
Well, now that Ignis is apparently going to return back to the fold, we control most of House Kaidas' lands, as well as our own.
What does the patron think about that?
Padrian is too young to understand what this means for him, unfortunately. But Prince Holthisius seems to be looking to secure the royal bloodline, if you know what I mean.
Are you gonna
Marry,
marry
marry the
Celsius?
patron.
No, he's a child.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were asking.
You could
You
marry
know.
Prince Holthisius, though. You know, I've met him. Have you met him?
Yeah, she laughs and says, "It's not me that Prince Holthisius is interested in, actually."
Oh,
Who is it?
Hanera, do you need me to spell things out for you?
Me?
Yes,
No.
Hanera. He already asked your mother, and she told him to fuck off. She said that if a Trisfair wants to marry, it is the purview of that Trisfair only.
I see. But this is good to know.
Well, what do you think? Hmm? Would you?
I mean, he is very attractive. Well, he's
He's young.
medium attractive.
Yes, I mean there is the question about his well, rumors about him, but yes, I mean obviously
Wait, what
he
rumors? You can't just leave me on that.
well, I mean they're not really rumors, they're just what I've heard from people who served with him.
Rumors. What rumors?
Oh, just that he's very close with his friend, that um, that Duskbrand. What's his name?
Oh, yes. I have heard this, actually. The man.
From Sidar, yes, yes.
Yeah.
But he apparently thinks that it is important that House Valoran and House Trisfair get engaged. And, well, I just wanted to let you know before he tracks you down and just corners you. I don't know if you've seen him already.
I only saw him briefly. And yeah, well, it gives me something to think about, doesn't it?
Perhaps he
Well,
wishes to, yes, perhaps he just, yeah. Well, anyway, have a think about it. I mean, I know that you've not really been that interested in that, but at the
yeah,
very
but
least, it's,
if
you know,
he likes, if he has this man friend who then maybe if we did get married, it would just be one of political importance rather than
well,
you know.
all marriages in our line of work are like that, Henera.
And he is the next in line to the throne, right?
Currently, yes, until the
Oh,
Pedron has a child.
yeah.
I mean, that's another thing. I mean, would you want to get involved in court politics?
I'm not sure.
You'd have to stay in Lenora.
Yeah, I would have to think about that.
Well, he, yeah. I mean, I'm sure he'll be visiting at some point.
Have you met the baby?
Yes, briefly, yes. Yeah, after Alora had returned, cute little thing.
That's good.
Luckily, takes after his mother and not his father, because then
Yeah.
I'd probably have to put a dagger in it.
Haha.
I'm kidding, right?
Yeah.
Well, do you want to sit? I mean, I don't know what your plans are. How long you're planning on staying for? Or...
Yeah, I was gonna stay for a few weeks and then head back to the city that we're making.
Oh,
Don't
the
know if you heard
city.
about that. You should come and visit.
Well, I mean, I'm not really doing anything here. I can come with you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I mean, I'd have to speak to Mother, but she wouldn't mind. I don't think. Maybe she'll visit. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I'll come with you for sure.
Yeah.
We can get a boat. I mean, like, there's the boat person at the door.
Cool. Have you ever left?
Have I ever left the city?
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, we've been to Lenora together.
that's true. I I can protect you. You know, I'm like super magical now. Like I've practiced and I can do loads of cool tricks.
Ooh, you gotta show me.
Yeah, I will. Um, I'll cast dancing lights.
Ooh, they're like fireflies,
Yeah.
just really big ones.
hmm
Can you
And
yes? Can you Oh, can you? I know what you can do. Can you turn? You know that old what's his name? The stable guy who's like really horrible.
mhm.
Um, Gertha or something like that. He can you turn him into a frog for me?
You know I can't do that,
Ugh,
but
you're a cast. Mm.
yeah.
No, nothing that would like permanently disfigure him, but we could play a prank on him.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you could one of the Kiraxes. Can you make it talk? Like spook him?
Well, I can't make it talk, but I could talk to it.
Yeah. All right. Let's do that now. Let's go. Come on.
Okay. I, I break out my magical loot and I cast tongues on the Kirax.
All right. So you make your way down to the local stables, sort of sneaking by the stable house where the stable master is kind of looking through the window. He's kind of sat with his family eating some food. And you sort of sneak past and go to a Kirax, which is just curled up, kind of half sleeping, and which props its head up as you walk in. Um, you cast speak with animals.
I have tongues. Does
Oh,
that
tongue.
work?
Is that the same?
I don't know.
Oh, it's true speech. Target can understand all words regardless of language, and also speak the languages of other creatures. Yeah, as you go in and cast it on the Kirax says, "You got any food?"
Yeah, I give it a scrap of rations and stuff.
Nice. Cecilia says, "Are you speaking to it?"
Yeah, just ask for food.
All right, tell it. Okay. What can we do? Do you have any ideas? How do we get it to like scare the stable master?
Maybe next time it's getting flown, it could just like drop out of the air a few feet. Just spook it.
Oh, but we're not going to be there to see it. It won't be funny.
That's true.
Oh, how about this? If we let it out, maybe we can get it to like scream at the stable master when he's having dinner, right?
Well, why don't we just tell it instead of letting it out? We could just tell it to scream at the stable master next time it comes in.
All right. Tell it. Go.
Okay. Next time the stable master comes in, can you scream at it really loud, and it'll be really funny.
Why would I do that?
Because I'll give you a bit of ration if you do it. Bit of food.
How much?
I just get out a bunch of rations from my hands.
Is that like all now, or half now, half later, or how are we doing this?
Half now, half later.
Okay.
Cool.
So you sneak off, hide around the corner. The stable master comes out for the evening kind of feed, goes into the stable, and you hear like the loudest kind of bird screech, like half eagle, half tiger roar. like and you see the stable master just leg it out of there, just all half dropping his cloak on the floor, dragging it along the mud as he runs back into the house. You see Cecilia just laughing.
I feel too old to be playing this kind of things.
Oh come on, he's been remember when we were young and he would like try and give us Kerax riding lessons? He was just always really grumpy and miserable.
Yeah, I'm sure this will make him less grumpy and less miserable. I give the Kirax the rest of the rations and then I head out.
All right. Yeah, we might be over 100 years old in era, but we could still learn to have fun. All right. Well, as you sort of return back to the castle, as the sort of night has fallen, she sort of gives you a big hug and says, "It's really good to see you."
You too.
All right. Well, I'll see you in the morning. Yeah, we'll go. We'll do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So returning back to Kelris, what's the plan? You wanted to go to Adenira, did you?
Cyan did, but before Cyan heads off, he does want to let the other two know. Heads up, the Merchant Prince. I did want to let you know before I headed off. The Merchant Prince did try to get me to side against the rest of you.
Right.
What? What?
Yeah, I tried to make a deal to like get Duranda Ignis, but he's already fucked off. He wanted to support me in getting rid of Ignis if I like took charge and things. I said no. I basically told him to fuck off.
Oh, good.
I just wanted to let you two know that in case, something shady happens with him in the future.
So,
Okay, well,
sorry,
thank
wait.
you for letting me know.
When you say just in case something shady happens with him,
I'm not going to side with him. I think he's an asshole.
I mean, I thought you were implying maybe you might make him not a problem.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Thanks for adding another name to the list.
Well, no, that wasn't my intention. I thought it was what you're already implying.
No, it's more so if he like tries to get either one of you in charge. I just want to let both of you know that I decided not to, even though it would have really helped me. So,
You owe me one.
So think about that just in case. Yeah.
I feel like that isn't even something you want.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
I feel like if the other three of us were like, "Hey, Cyan, you just have control of the city," you would probably run for the fucking hills.
I would die. I would physically perish. But no, it's I did you a lot of solid. Have fun.
All right.
Anyway, I'd best do some intel gathering, reconnaissance, try and figure out who I can work with in Adenira, who I can't. Let my dad know. He might send someone over to help. But yeah.
Right. So by the sounds of it, we're all off in different directions.
Yeah. Fuck.
Right, so see you at Port Hank then.
We'll workshop it.
We're not calling it.
The first person to the city gets to name it.
Yeah, coincidentally, I will be taking the skyship over to the city now.
I would be okay with naming the city after Hank. I know I'm not there, but you hear that as a brainwave.
But
As a memory of
best of luck with whatever the both of you get involved with. If you need any help at some point, I'll work on getting a sending stone to you. I might be wearing a different face
Alright, I mean, we do already have these ones, but I'm not sure what the range is on them.
Yeah. I'll work on something. I'm sure my fledgling spy guild can sort something out.
Yeah, I might be able to craft something myself too. Get some into
Yeah.
even just to maybe get a one descending.
Yeah, that'd work.
Not the
Anyway,
easiest, but yeah. Hopefully, don't need your particular skill set for quite some time. No offense.
you never know when you need someone who can be anyone.
Yeah, again, hopefully don't need it. I hope that you find little work that meets your skills in the nicest way possible.
In the nicest way possible, I fully actually agree with that. Yeah, I would like to not do that. Anyway.
Right.
Best of luck.
See you there.
Yep.
All right, so well, let's go to a week later. Yeah,
Cool.
as you're all sort of traveling, kind of
Okay.
Hanira is spending time just around the family. So after a long and lazy journey, and a Calcifer. Okay. So yeah, after a long and lazy journey, Calcifer, lazing about on the deck of the skyship, as you crest over the horizon and the landscape unfurls before you, you lay eyes on your city, your creation, which rises like a jewel on the horizon. Where there was once bare stone and wild scrubland, now stands a thriving hub of civilization. Mostly covered in scaffolding, still being half built, but its outer walls, what sort of bounds it, are starting to rise and gleaming with fresh cut stone, masonry workers kind of chiseling away at it, and banners snapping in the sea breeze. Below, what is the first building of the docks? Mostly ships that have been repurposed. The wood used for like offloading platforms, for fishing docks, kind of stretch out like outstretched fingers into the bay. These newly built piers bustling with activity. You see all the merchant ships unloading crates marked with various emblems of the various merchant guilds which have been assigned to help with the construction of the city, while the fishing boats in the dock sway gently, and their nets heavy with the day's catch. As you approach and arrive, dock workers call to one another over the creak of wood and the splash of waves, pointing up at the sky towards your ship, which is a sight that they probably have not beheld before. And you catch the scent of salt, pitch, smoke, and smoked fish on the wind. Past the harbour, you see these kind of wide cobbled streets rising in concentric tiers, lined with row houses, the startings of guild halls and marketplaces. You see colourful awnings shading merchant stalls, and the air is filled with the buzz of trade, laughter, street musicians vying for coin. And at the city's heart, crowning the central hill where everything is built around, stands the palace. Your palace. Although the roof has not been made yet, and many of the walls are still under construction, an elegant structure of pale stone and stained glass. You see its high towers and balconies overlooking the city. Just adjacent to it rises what could only be some sort of administrative hall, a bastion of governance. Inside, you see sort of running around the plaza just on the outside, clerks and magistrates shuffling through the cobbled streets, carrying like big binders of paper and ledgers and all this stuff. And just before it, a public forum bustles with people trying to make their voices heard, and some lawyerly types trying to desperately explain to them that currently there's no one in charge for their inquiry. But as you arrive and it becomes clear that you are the person in charge here, people start to crowd you, ask you questions, ask you when this is going to be built, ask for permission for this. And eventually someone pushes to the front a kind of what seems to be a well-dressed merchant type, perhaps, who announces himself as Gino Erler, and says, Mr. Calcifer, I am the representative you hired in constructing the city. I have some pertinent questions for you, quickly.
All right, of
but
course.
it shouldn't take long.
All right, should we
Brilliant.
find somewhere a bit quieter?
Yes, come to my office in the administrative centre. I firstly, as he sort of leads you through the corridors, he says, "I must apologise for the delay on many of the buildings. We have tried our fastest to procure sources of stone and to quarry logs, to quarry stone and the like. But of course, even though the amount of money that you put forward was great, and the people are very interested in coming to a city like this, we are still behind on schedule. It will probably not be for another year or so until the main parts of the city are built."
Right. Look around. Does it seem like behind based on the amount of time that it's been? Or
No, they've done it really quickly.
Okay. Like,
like this city, I mean, it's probably been like a month and a half.
Like, look, this is the fastest I've made a city, and I've not been here. So, look,
Well,
you've been doing a stand-up job.
We in the Construction Guild do pride ourselves on efficiency. But I must say that usually the people involved in the construction of a city are a bit more involved in the process. And so there has been a bit of a confusion about how we deal with this kind of thing. But luckily, there has not been any major steps to problems. But unfortunately, obviously, as everything has been left in a trust, the funds are very tightly controlled, and a lot of people are asking for things that we do not have the authority to give.
Right. Okay, I guess that's where I'll come in for now.
Yes. Well, the first question is one of security. There currently is none in the city, and crime is potentially an issue. There has been a few people and gangs that have found their way here as a harbour of smuggling and trade and piracy. And we do not have any means of really defending ourselves. So many of the city have formed into kind of militias and control their section of the city, and there's not really any order to it.
Right. Do we have experts on that I can consult with? And
well, currently the shipping lanes outside the city are patrolled by Port Edron, but the delegates from the Merchant Prince have made it clear that when it comes actually to the city borders itself, they have no influence in the dealings of it, as the agreement you made with them was that it was a free city. Technically, there's no issue there. They it's just that like criminals see this place as a harbor for things.
Right, yeah. Lots of new shit. People, lots of new shit and no rigid form of law enforcement. Kind of easy pickings, basically.
Yeah. Well, also secondarily, we don't, because the city has kind of grown quite organically. There's no like building code, right? So,
Right.
although we have made the walls and the palace, and we have made the administrative center, everything else in the city has kind of just been built by people, and they kind of just staked their claim on the land. In the merchant way, they have used their ships, which they came on to build their homes. But we have had issues with fires, and we have issues with sanitary conditions. And well, effectively, there are people who are demanding that we start to build a sewer network. But that is going to be expensive, of course, and we needed a signature for that.
Okay. I mean that is definitely something that we want to do. Obviously, you have to look at any specific plans, but yeah, we can take time to go over that at some point. At
But-
some point soon, I am going to be heading back out. But before I go, I will try and set up some kind of communication so we can get these sign-offs remotely.
Yes, of course. Well, things are mostly being dealt with fine. Effectively, just for the preliminary stuff, the things that we aren't able to fix so far is we need a taxation policy, we need to organize tax, and then therefore, if we're going to have tax, we also need a peacekeeping force of some sort, guards and the like, and tax collectors. And then that should be able to pay for all the other things like sanitary networks and stuff like that for now until you're back. But we don't have the budget to do all that stuff just out the money that you provided for the foundations of the city.
Right, so is that as in monies come from the trust? Or there needs to be additional...
the trust has the budget is allocated pretty much just for the palace and the administrative center and the city walls and the streets of the city, but like a extensive sewer network, and as well as like a peacekeeping force of maybe like even 1,000 people will be pretty expensive, I will admit.
Right.
Which is why I'm suggesting we deal with taxation or tariffs or something that can have some income to the city, because otherwise it will just be a truly free city, free of laws and
yeah,
and the like.
Need to make it sustainable.
Right. Well, I would suggest just we have equivalent trade tariffs to the merchant guilds to start with. That's 5%. So that will hopefully deter smugglers, because they won't want to smuggle into the city if they can smuggle somewhere else that has a bigger market.
All right, seems sensible for now.
Okay, just sign here.
Okay.
And then additionally, taxation. Well, with a population of around 18,000, if we have a tax of also 5% yearly.
How does that compare to other areas?
Well, unless you want to allow the guilds in, the guilds in the merchant republics deal with effectively taxation in terms of guild dues, and then they pay the state from those. But if you want it to be a free city, I don't know if you want to leverage your power by allowing guilds in. They will obviously have a big influence.
Right.
So either we do the tax collection ourselves, or we involve guilds to do that for us.
Okay. Maybe if we start off with the 5% you suggested, and then once we start, we have some intentions to make the public services pretty strong here, so we might have to ramp it up a bit over time. But
okay.
I think we need to justify having that in place before we actually do it. It would kind of suck if we suddenly go, hey, yeah, big tax, and we haven't got anything for them.
Of course, the sewer network's not a really big deal right now, but obviously the city does stink, and there is disease. But it's how it is. These are mostly refugees anyway. You can deal with it for now.
Yeah, we've got some. Well, it'll come out, but we've got some slightly bigger ideas. It's going to take some time, of course.
All right. Well, I will put into just a quick hiring of at least some people to keep the peace around here, because just to solve one problem at a time, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I'll
Right, well-
I'll have a look over building regulations as well. We don't want people don't want houses falling down and stuff.
Yes, indeed. Of course, all this stuff will come in time. But we didn't quite expect the number of people to arrive here that we did. We thought we'd have a bit more time. But it seems that there's a lot of people coming here. There's Azira, there's elves are appearing, humans who don't want to be part of the merchant republics, etc., etc. So,
Yeah, there was kind of a whole other plane that has ceased to exist. So there's a lot of people that need housing from there.
yeah, our predictions were there was probably going to be about 500 people in the first month, and there's
Oh.
18,000.
Okay,
So,
yeah, that is an
yeah,
issue.
it is. At least we've got a lot of people helping work on the stuff for money, but
Hmm.
it is busy. Okay, well, thank you. I will put that into account. I will try and keep you in touch with all the stuff. Just let us know when you go, yes?
Yeah, we'll do. Try and work out on some communications while I'm away. But the others
Okay.
might get here and be able to sign on stuff like that as well. So
Yes, no, absolutely, of course, I understand. Right, well, let me show you to your rooms. They are the first things that we dealt with in the palace. So I suppose as you're the first of the group to arrive, you get the first pick.
right.
Alira, by your side, you're led into the main palace, where the big kind of court area is, where you would hear the, common people's questions and all this stuff, and have some level of accountability. On the level above, there's a number of large kind of penthouse kind of suites with their own like kitchenettes, large, king bedrooms. Living spaces and the like. They're mostly the same. Some have like kind of ornate pillars, like marble pillars in the center, while some are a bit more open. Some have a view of the sea. Some have a view of the city. But they all seem the same. They're probably about maybe 500 square feet.
Just gesture to Alira. Take your pick.
Oh, well, I've always wanted a good view of the sea. I mean, maybe we should take this one.
All right, it's ours.
Oh, well, it's kind of bare at the moment.
Yeah, we'll have to get a bed put in for Hank as well.
Oh, Hank's going to stay with us.
Well, where else would he go?
Oh, there's loads of space here. You probably put him in like a big doggy kennel or something. I don't know.
A kennel? What?
Oh, you can stay here. I don't mind. I just figured that we would have the free roam of the place.
Yeah, look. I said Hank wasn't going to leave your side. I meant it.
All right. Well, we'll take the big one then. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Secret BBEG trying to get rid of Hank.
Gino says, well, I will. I'll speak to Alira. I will speak to the lady about dealing with the decorations, let's say, and getting your bed sorted. How about that? But until now, just bear with us. We'll just get some stuff together. We didn't quite anticipate your arrival just yet, but
yeah, no worries. You've done a
it
good
shouldn't
job.
be long. Okay, brilliant. All right. Well, if there's anything that you need, just ask. Okay.
Right, we'll do.
He gives a bow and sort of makes his exit. Wow, look at this place.
Yeah.
So busy down there. Look how many the houses have sprung up already.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I was kind of just expecting to turn up and there'd be, kind of a bit of a skeleton. I didn't even think people were going to be living here.
I think the word got around that they would get protection here, and they all just came.
Huh.
Also, a place with no tax. I mean,
Well, yeah.
they probably all wanted to come here.
Well, I didn't think we'd need any yet, right? I didn't think there'd be citizens. Thought it was just going to be a bunch of builders.
Well, you build it and they will come. That's what they will say, huh?
I guess, yeah. Wow.
All right. We'll go over to Henning, and then I guess we'll finish for the day. So Henning, after traveling for a week, actually, let's do this one. After traveling for a week, along with Vance, climbing up the large mountain and coming across the entrance to Barandon, which has since been abandoned by the House Kaida's forces when you saw it before. Just a number of like ragged tents, just some like burnt out campfires, and just a bunch of scavenging animals that are just looting whatever barrels that have been left behind. You enter the large temple complex that you saw before. And Vance says, it's down here somewhere.
Well, lead the way.
He leads you down what seems to be like a large kind of spiral staircase, which goes deep into the mountain, before eventually it opens up to a large golden double door, with a what seems to be like a large slot in the door for some sort of key. And Vance said, "This is why I had built the blueprint of the sword. This will hopefully get you in, if I am correct."
The sword is the key.
The sword, yes.
Clever.
This is the place that I had my body taken from me by Fandaren all those years ago. I'd spent a long time inspecting these doors, inspecting the lock, and when I was with Eret Sar, I got him to write down the blueprint, which then we smuggled into the Kayadar's chambers for the future after his adventure. But of course, it has taken me a few thousand years to return, so I didn't
Well.
expect it to be like this.
Let's not waste any time then.
You're gonna put the key in the door, the sword into the door.
Yeah, we'll unlock it.
All right. So the door, the sword kind of slides in, and the door begins to have a kind of line of light kind of glow through it down the center before it kind of there's like a sort of a hissing sound as some air kind of blows out towards you, and the doors slowly start to creak open, revealing inside a very sterile white room, circular, with some sort of golden machine in the center. There's like a number of kind of pulleys and cogs, but ultimately, as you take the sword out of the door, there is a button just in front of like some sort of like plinth that Vance kind of points at and says, "Okay, Henning, this is really important. If you put the sword on the plinth."
Right.
Yeah, are you going to do it?
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
So you put the sword on the plinth, and then Vance says, "Okay, I'm going to stand over here," and he sort of makes his way over to sort of like a glass, what seems to be like a glass kind of tube of some sort, and sort of like phases inside, and says, "All right, so you have to hold the button until the sword kind of disappears, and then you take your hand off. Okay, don't keep holding it down. Just press it until the sword disappears, and then I should have my body back."
Right. Okay. Can Henning just do a quick investigation of the
Yeah, make a perception check.
the contraption? Perception. 34.
It seems like a contraption that is incredibly complicated, and as you assume it was designed by either Cicadon or Fandaren. It's pristine. polished. Almost looks like it hasn't got a speck of dust on it. The entire room is almost like white marble, but like completely spotless all around. There's some sort of light source that seems to be coming from the walls or the ceiling, so that no one even has a shadow in this room. It's quite bright. The actual machine itself seems, although the contraption has like buttons and cogs and levers on it, the single button in the center of the plinth, by the plinth, seems fairly simple.
So, no giveaway what happens if he doesn't let go.
There's no giveaway.
No. Okay. Well, I suppose a promise is a promise. And he's gonna start to hold the button down.
Okay, the machine starts to whir up with a kind of mechanical clank, and then you watch as the plinth itself starts to rise into the air, the sword kind of balanced on top, before the sword begins to glow, a kind of very bright, like white light, almost like it's being superheated. And you hear Vance inside the glass tube being like, yes, okay, I feel it. Um, after maybe 10 seconds or so, Vance starts to go, what is that? What is that feeling? And you begin to see as the sword begins to kind of almost vaporize away bit by bit. And you hear Vance say, okay, not long now. All right, get ready to take your finger off the button, Henning.
Henning just sort of looks at him.
The sword, after a few more seconds, flashes and then just entirely vanishes. And you hear Vance saying, okay, all right, that's it, Henning. I feel my body back. It's back.
Henning just smiles, doesn't let go of the button.
Okay, you watch as the glass tube, as Vance starts to bang on it, saying, Henning, Henning! A kind of like a lightning rod of some sort begins to sort of descend from the ceiling towards the glass tube and begins to sort of power up as power begins to just sort of be sucked in from the air around, like blue arcane jagged lightning balls sort of going towards it, as it sort of begins to power up more and more and more, and Vance sort of is banging more and more frantically on the glass, saying, Henning, no, what are you doing?
Gonna continue to smile at him and down the button.
Vance bangs and bangs and bangs as the lightning rod begins to flash, and a single beam of blue light begins to shoot down into the center of the glass tube as Vance continues to bang on there, suddenly screams out in pain as his entire hair, his body, everything around him just begins to just set fire as he's just banging into the tube, saying, Henning! Before long, the lightning rod arcs out, the light stops flashing, and all that is inside the glass tube is just a burnt out skeleton, part dust, until suddenly everything sort of begins to wear down. The tube begins to lower as Vance's sort of burnt, calcified form just sort of collapses. Then suddenly another tube begins to descend, with some sort of like swirling energy in there. Just sort of like not really like attached to anything, just sort of like a sort of power source of some sort. You have a very strong suspicion that you could probably stand underneath it, and you try and use the magic that you have encountered to try and absorb that essence if you wanted to.
That is something he will do.
Make an Arcana check for me with your legendary Arcana.
Legend point for this. Obviously.
Okay.
So 47.
All right. As you walk under the swirling mass of energy, you hold out your hand, and it begins to sort of be drawn towards you and begins to snake up your arm. As for a moment, it feels painful. Almost feels like there's a sort of voice in your head, sort of screaming at you to not do this. Maybe it's your conscience. Maybe it's whatever's left of Vance. But as it begins to sort of snake up your arm, enter your veins, and sort of enter your body, you feel this kind of raw power just begin to be absorbed into you. Then suddenly, as it sort of finishes being absorbed, you snap your fingers almost instinctively, and it's like a small little flame sort of just shoots up, and then you smother it out. Whatever that was, whatever this machine is, it might have been the key to what you really wanted all this time. Raw
That's
power.
power. Would it be fair to say this is probably Vance's powers?
It's Vance's essence for sure. No.
Nice.
Are you just going to leave the temple?
If there's nothing else,
Yeah, there
looking
doesn't seem to be else
really
in there.
then yeah, he's gonna leave the temple. I suppose. I don't know. Do a little test of power to see what he can do now.
All right, we'll speak about that after the session. So let's end there, shall we?
Oh,
All right.
All right. Thanks for playing, everyone.
thanks for running.
Thanks for running.
And I will see you next time. I know you're not going to be here next week, Zach. I might not be. It depends. But we'll see. I'll be in Spain, so I'm not quite sure how the Delia is going to be there. But I'll try my best. Yeah, thank you all for playing. Thanks all for coming. And finally, this is officially the end of Act 2.
Oh shit.
So from next session onwards, we are on a whole different act. And we can see what kind of crazy stuff is going to happen.
Do we get another legend point?
I will come up with that stuff.
Ooh.
Cool.
Okay.
Maybe.
Alright.
I've got some stuff I need to message you in the interim.
Okay.
See
Yeah,
you
yeah.
I have a
next
question
week.
as well. Sorry.
Cooler
Okay.
kids.
Cool.